Hey mama, welcome. I'm Naomi and today I'm doing a special video to show you how to work with SPD or Symphysis Pubis Dysfunction. So this is something that often occurs for women during pregnancy or even after pregnancy, in which your pelvis feels really unstable and it can result in pelvic floor pain, it can result in severe pubic bone pain, it can just result in overall achiness in your pelvis. It can affect every woman who experiences it a little bit differently. So this is a video that can be really helpful. I also highly recommend anyone who's experiencing any pelvic floor or pubic discomfort to go see a pelvic floor specialist, somebody who can really work with you in that way one-on-one. So this is a really great way to do some of the external work to help restore your pubic bone and the muscles surrounding it and your pelvic floor, but it's really important also to work with a specialist if you are experiencing any kind of SPD, any symphysis pubic dysfunction, or any pelvic floor issues. Okay, so that's my little PSA before we get started. What you will need for this practice is a block, and if you have one, a band, okay, one of these exercise bands. This one is an extra heavy. You can use one that's a little bit less. You can use just a heavy if you like, or one that's slightly heavier and extra heavy. And if you don't have one, you don't have to use it at all. It just gives a little bit more resistance, okay, which is something that's really helpful for what we're going to be doing today, okay? So all that said, if you have one, I'm going to show you how to work with it and how to do it without it. So you will not be lost if you don't have an exercise band, all right? So all that said, let's get started, and you're going to come up to stand to start. Okay, and you are going to need the band if you have it, okay? And all you're going to do is place the band around your shins, right about at the lowest point, right above your ankles, okay? And then all you're going to do here is stand on your right leg and swing your leg forward and back. And you can't really go all the way back, because if you go all the way back, it's going to drop down. But you're going forward and back, and then go out to the side a few times. Try not to let the band sort of control your movement, but you control the movement back in, and then go back. So you're going to just push back into the back plane of your body against the band. Again, so really, really easy to just let the band do all the work for you. And then put your left foot down and go to the other side. So right leg forward. You can do whatever you want with your hands. And just do this a few times like a pulse action, okay? And then take it to the side. And then take it back. And then put your right foot down. And then you're going to do something really similar, only instead of just going forward to the side and back, you're going to make a little circle. Okay, so you're taking your left leg around your right leg in a little circle as far as it'll go. And you might notice like my belt or my band started wandering up my shins. That's okay. Just trying to like take your leg as far across as you can and as far back as you can. And then put your left foot down and go to the other side. Stand on your left leg. Take your right leg in circles. And again, sort of losing the band. The higher up it goes, it's not bad if it goes high up, but you kind of want it lower down, mostly because you just have a little bit more range of motion available to you. And just keep taking the belt around. And then last time, you can let go of the belt for a moment. You're going to use it again. But now I want you to experience the same movements without the belt. And again, if you don't have the band, then you've already done this without it, but it's good to do it 2 times through. So stand on your right leg and take your left leg forward and up. And here, because you're not using the band, you can use that same resistance. And what you want to feel, it's like you're kicking a ball. So you should feel a contraction right at the lowest part of your abdomen and right about at the middle of your pubic bone. And then take it out to the side. Doesn't have to go very high. Try not to like lean over to the right, so you're really trying to make this action happen from your pelvis. You're going to feel a lot of work in your leg too, that's okay. And then take it behind. And again, you're not trying to go for like a big kick or a big lift. You can give your right knee a little bit of a bend as you're standing here so that you're not locking your knee. And then place your left foot down. Stand on your left leg. And then just take your right leg forward and up. If you like, and we didn't do this on the first side, that's okay, you can add a little bend of your left knee. So you're kicking forward. And that's going to create a little bit more engagement of your pelvic floor and a little bit more engagement of your core muscles. If you're not ready or don't want to engage your core muscles as much, keep your legs straight. That'd be your left leg, by the way. And then right leg to the right. Again, you kind of imagine that the belt is still there. So you're not trying to swing your leg way out to the side, right? Just a little. And then take your leg back. Again, it's not a big kick or a thrust. You're trying to move almost from that place of your pubic bone. That's not really where you're moving from. But it should really feel like those are the muscles that are working for you. That and your glutes right now, because the leg is in the back plane. Okay? And then put your right foot down, and just like you did on the first side, you're going to make some circles. So standing on your right leg, circle your left leg in front and behind. And then put your left foot down, stand on your left leg, circle your right leg. And they don't have to be big circles, y'all. They can be small circles. In fact, bigger circles are going to be a little bit harder anyway on your pubic bone because it's more action for that muscle. So circles can be really small. You're just trying to create more connection there. That's really all you're doing. Okay? And then let that go and come on down to sit and grab your block. Ooh, coming down to sit. Try not to fall. Okay? Now you're going to place your block. First place is in between your thighs. Now what you want to do is place it so that that bottom edge of the block is flush with the back of your thigh. Okay? Lift your toes up so it's just your heels on your mat or on the floor. Okay? Lift up through your chest. And you can have your hands on your knees, your fingertips on the floor, arms out in front of you. But extend your legs out. Squeeze the block. And then as you squeeze the block, bend your knees again and bring your knees back in. Extend your legs out, squeeze the block. And then drag your heels back in. Keep squeezing the block. Extend your legs out, squeeze the block. And then keep squeezing the block as you bring back in. Now you can add a little bit more dynamic action. You can extend your legs out and your arms up. And then bend your knees, lower your arms down. Extend your legs out, squeeze the block, arms up. Pull the block back in, knees back in, arms down. That's optional though. That's just adding a little bit more for your core. Extend your legs out, arms up. Pull your heels back in. Keep squeezing that block. 2 more. Extend your legs out, heels out, arms up. Squeeze the block, pull back in. And then release the block. And we'll do this one more time, only you're going to put it in between your shins. Okay? So it's a little bit further away. And all that really means is that it's the connection is not quite as close to your pubic bone. So you have to work in some ways a little bit harder. So we're only going to do 5 of these because you now know what to do. Squeeze the block between your shins. Again, you want it to be flush with the bottom of your shins or the back so that it doesn't hit the floor before your legs do. Sit up really long and tall. You can have your arms forward, hands on the floor, palms in front of your chest, or you can do that dynamic arm movement as well. So extend your legs out, arms up if that's what you're choosing. and then pull back in, arms down. Okay, you can also, again, extend legs out, keep your arms right where they are, and pull back in. Okay, just 3 more. Extend your legs out, arms up if that's what you're choosing, and then bend your elbows, bring it back in. Reach out through your heels, lift up, and then bring back in. One more time, extend out through your heels, reach your arms up, and then drag back in with your heels, grab the block, extend out through your legs. I know, it's a lot of work. And then you're gonna grab your belt one more time and come to lie on your back, okay? So lie on your back. Before you lie all the way down though, take the band and put it around your ankles again. And then lie down. If you wanna lie in something more comfortable, like if you're on a hard floor, you can always put a blanket underneath you. But if you're good where you are, you can stay there. And all I want you to do is lift your right leg up and lower it down. Lift your right leg up, resist against the band and lower down. Right leg up and lower down. Right leg up, lower down. Last time, right leg up and lower down, and then switch. Left leg goes up and lower down. Left leg up and down. So resist against the band. Left leg up and down. Left leg up. It's not going to go very high. And down. Last time, left leg up and down. Okay, now lift your right leg up and pull your left leg up too. Left leg down, right leg down. Okay, I think that's sort of the hardest part. Left leg up, right leg up too, and then right leg down, left leg down. Okay, so now you're going to walk your legs up. So right leg and left leg, and you're just going to walk up and then walk down. So you're just resisting with the band, like you're walking. Ooh. Okay, that's 1. I'm going to do it 2 more times. It's a lot of work for your core, for your pelvic floor, but it's also working the muscles around your pubic bone. So really trying to create more connection there. Okay, so you walk up, just pulling on the band, and walk back down. And then last time, walk up, and walk down. Okay. And then release the band from your feet. Draw your knees toward your chest. Give your shins a little squeeze. And even take your knees together. Squeeze your knees toward one another. Squeeze in as tightly as you can. Take your feet apart. And then bring your feet back together. You squeeze your knees together, take your feet apart. And I'm going to turn around so you can see what's happening. Right, to squeeze your knees together, take your feet apart. And then bring your feet back together. Squeeze your knees together, take your feet apart. Bring your feet back together 2 more times. Squeeze your knees together, feet apart. Squeeze it as tight as you can, and the feet back together. Last time, squeeze in with your knees. Feet apart, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then back together. And release your feet. Feet about as wide apart as your mat, and just drop your knees over to the right. They don't have to go all the way over. In fact, you can keep your right leg slightly lifted as you take your left knee in. And then bring your knees back up and drop your knees over to the left. Again, your left knee might be slightly lifted. That's okay. And then keep rolling over to the left with both legs and push yourself up to sit. Okay? So those are just a few little exercises that you can do, about 4 separate exercises that you can do to help create a little bit more stability, more action in your pubic bone and in your pelvic floor to help heal some of that symphysis pubis dysfunction. I really wish there was a better name. Like, you are not dysfunctional. Okay? It is entirely normal for your pelvis, your pubic bone, and your pelvic floor to go through a pretty radical change when you are pregnant and giving birth. So it is not a dysfunction. It's actually a pretty normal function. It's just a shitty name. So there's nothing wrong with you, but this is a way to create a little bit more strength, a little bit more healing, and hopefully recover and feel powerful again so that you are no longer in pain. So please let me know what you think of this video after you do it. I would love to hear from you. And as always, thanks for taking the time for you, getting on your yoga mat, and I look forward to seeing you back here again really soon. All right, until then, bye.